Welcome into the Nesson Studios. Michaela Vernava, Andre Kachatourian. We are joined via Skype by UFC heavyweight fighter Curtis Blaydes. Curtis, first of all, thanks for taking the time to join us today. And you are fresh off a big win at UFC 217. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't really get hit much. I'll probably be back in the gym next week.
What do you have to say to people who maybe think you didn't deserve that win necessarily because of the controversy that went down at the end?
I mean, anyone who thinks that way, that's your prerogative. But I know that the majority of people agree with me. The first round was mine. I know I won that round, and I was on my way to winning that round also. And after watching the replay like a million times, I could say for sure my foot, anything, it barely grazes outer ear. And I don't think that has anything to do with him not being able to continue the fight. And that's what he chose to do. The doctors asked him if he wanted to continue. He said no. So that's not my fault, and that's a W for me. I'll take it.
Curtis, how grateful are you that there is instant replay now in this sport, where because of that they were able to overturn that and give you that victory, as rightfully it should have been, as the replays showed?
Yeah, I'm really happy they have replay. At the time, that wasn't even going through my head. I thought everything was being decided off like the naked eye and a split decision. But yeah, having the instant replay really helped, and I don't know why they don't use it for every commission. It hurt.
So you've had a chance now to go back and look at the tape and watch the fight. How would you rate your performance in that fight?
Well, prior to the infraction, I would give myself an A. We were doing everything we talked about doing. My movement, using my jab, and the only thing that we weren't prepared for was him using the kicks. We hadn't really seen him do that a whole lot before, so that I know it caught me off guard a little bit. But besides that, everything went great. I didn't allow him to put me on the cage and drag me down. I got to take him down, and I made him carry my weight, gassed him out a little bit, but I didn't let him give me any like weird submission. But yeah, I think we executed the game plan perfection, and it was going to continue working. I know it was. He was already getting tired. One more takedown, and I know I could have done anything I wanted to do after that.
Curtis, the first time I met you was UFC 213 at the media day. You brought a book with you, and you said you brought a book because you didn't think anybody would be wanting to talk to you. And here you are now, 2 big wins after that. You're ranked number 9 in the heavyweight class. What has changed? How has your world changed in the last 4 months? Now, you might be getting a title shot soon enough if you continue winning like this.
Our world hasn't changed at all for the most part. I go to the same practices. I still hang out with the same people. Nothing's changed at all. I mean, except for the caliber of opponent. I know that, but besides that, everything's been the same.
You've been very impressive making your way up the ladder, and your fights have been very impressive. And you just talked about being surprised with the kicks that were brought to you in 217. Just, can you bring us, when you're there in the octagon, under the lights in the moment, and your opponent is bringing something that you weren't prepared for, what does that feel like, and how are you able to adjust?
It wasn't, I guess I was a bit surprised by it, but it didn't change my game plan. My game plan was still to pressure him and get my takedowns when I could see the openings, and yeah, nothing changed. Even if he had a changed his whole game plan, and instead of him being aggressive, had he been more patient, I still would have been doing my same plan, because we drilled this for weeks, months, and it's just like it's in my head to do it regardless. So in my game plan, it wasn't going to change regardless of anything he did.
Now, Curtis, you're 8-1 with a no contest. Your only loss came to Francis Ngannou. You took that fight in 2 weeks' notice, though. You didn't really have a gym to train overseas. Do you think you're at that point where you could get a rematch against Francis?
Yeah, but I get asked this question a lot. Like, how come you don't all out and down? How come you don't want that rematch? I do want that rematch. I want to be the best version of me I can be. So I know there's still holes in my striking. I'd like to work on. There's also holes in my jiu-jitsu I like to work on. I don't see us having a fight for at least another year. So I think within the next year or so, those holes I just mentioned, a lot of them will be issues, and then it'll be a better fight for everyone involved. The fans get a better fight, the UFC gets the better fight, and I get to raise my chances of getting a W. Because yeah, I can win right now, but the chances right now, if a year from now, my chances could be 70-30. Who knows? I just want the best. I just want to be the best version of me going into that cage.
You talk about wanting to be the best version of yourself, and the old saying, iron sharpens iron. Taking on a good opponent, I can imagine, would only help that. Who out there would you like to fight next that you think could really help build you as a fighter and hone your own skill set?
I've actually been thinking about this a little bit since I've been home this week. I've got it down to the 3 guys that it makes the most sense would be Tybura. He's good. He's a young up and comer like myself. It would be a good matchup. Alexander Volkov. I really think that would be probably the best matchup. He's tall and long. He's a really good striker. I'm tall and long, but more of a wrestler. But I can strike, so I think that would be a nice matchup right there. Or Derek Lewis. He's ranked ahead of me. He's a name, and he's a heavy hitter. I mean, any one of those guys, I would be happy to fight. Any one of those 3.
What's your timeline? When do you want to fight next? You've been pretty active this year. 3 fights in 2017, 3 fights in 2016. When do you want to fight next?
I think I'm looking at maybe the end of February or the beginning of March. I like to go to Europe. I really want to go to England or Scotland. So I'm trying to get on maybe the February 24th card or the March 17th. There's a card that I've heard a rumor about March 17th in London. So either one of those I'd really like to get on.
What about coming to Boston? That's 220s going down here in January. Is that too soon?
Yeah, that's a little too soon for me. Yeah. Plus, I don't have anything bad to say about the commission in New York, but I think I can prefer to work with commissions that there's still, I feel like that would be similar situation in Boston. You know, I just want to be around commissions that really they already have it figured out. I'm not like they're not in the experimenting stage. I know Boston's had a couple cards, but it still seem a little green, you know. So I just I'd rather do a European card right now. I like to go back overseas.
Now, Curtis, you know, you're bursting onto the UFC scene right now. Maybe the casual fan doesn't know who you are. Tell us something about yourself that people might be interested in. You're a Chicago guy. Are you a big Bears fan or anything like that?
Yeah, I am a Bears and I'm a Bulls, and also both of those teams aren't really doing too hot right now, so not a lot to talk about. But as you already mentioned, I like to read, but that's not that interesting. I guess I don't really do too much. I'm a homebody. If I'm not at practice, I'm at home watching TV or reading or playing video games. I don't do too much.
You seem like a pretty chill dude and pretty soft-spoken. I'm curious what your approach to trash talk is, because I can say you're much more pleasant to talk to right now. We talked to Michael Bisping and George St. Pierre last week, and I walked out of here shaking pretty much because they were terrifying. But like I said, you're pretty mild-mannered right now, but what's your approach to trash talk?
I would prefer to do it like, as you mentioned, like GSP or Rose. I really, it's seeing her throughout the week, how she handled the press conferences and the weigh-ins and everything in between that. I like her approach to it a lot more. Just, we're gonna fight anyways, so there's no point in me putting energy into smack talk. No point.
Taking care of business type of approach, it looks like.
I can.
Yeah.
Solid plan. Curtis, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you very much, Curtis.